Chapter 53, The Machine Gun. Azer believed he heard a bird pecking at the door's window. He turned to look, only to find that there was no bird at all. Instead, he was met with the menacing sight of a machine gun pointed directly at his face. Two shadowy figures, dressed in raincoats, had managed to silently, in the roaring storm, board the rocking boat. Their weapons were aimed at both Azer and the professor. The guards standing by Azer's door spoke barely comprehensible German, instructing them, "Place your hands on your head and step out, slowly." Azer noticed a military air cushion boat had stealthily approached their fishing vessel and now rested a few meters away. The guard's limited command of German suggested that he hadn't been in the country for long. Particularly the way he pronounced H sounds like a hard scratchy KH, led Azer to conclude that the guard was likely from Spain. Sharing a meaningful look with the professor, Azer could do nothing but comply. They placed their hands on their heads and moved out into the pouring rain. On the deck, they positioned themselves across from the two guards. The military raincoats hung loosely on the guards, giving them an eerie appearance like two specters. Azer observed the Kalashnikov machine guns in their hands and deduced that Julius Fox also had connections to weapons from the east. One of the guards, notably taller and in charge, raised his hand and spoke into a concealed microphone on his sleeve, communicating in German, "We have apprehended them. What are our instructions?" After a brief pause, he responded, "All right, we'll await further orders." It appeared that their journey had hit a dead end, and they had failed to even come close to reaching the castle to rescue Topaz. The frigid rainwater streamed down Azer's body, and he couldn't help but observe the guards' fingers tremble near the triggers of their guns. He hoped that their fingers wouldn't cramp due to the cold and cause accidental discharges. Suddenly, the leader turned towards his companion and addressed him in Spanish, "Where on earth are they? I thought they would have appeared as soon as they received the message." The other guy responded in Spanish, "Ever since I got here, every German I've met emphasizes their punctuality, Pünktlichkeit. The tall guy nodded, "Yeah, they take pride in being on time. I miss the humility of Spanish culture." The other guy sighed, "Humility didn't exist at our home. My dad always acted like a strict person, almost like a Nazi German." He shared, whenever the storm raged over the water, the other fishermen respected the sea and returned to the harbor. My father did the opposite. He used these moments to show how brave we were, and I found myself in a boat with a reckless man. His voice tinged with guilt, he added softly, "I can understand that my mother left us. But I can't help thinking that my father made her disappear, perhaps as fish food, scattered over the sea." After a moment of silence, he added, "The worst part is that I looked up to the man even after his death a few years ago." The other fellow responded, "The other day, I read about Stockholm Syndrome, where the hostages sympathized with their captors. I guess, your affection towards your father has been Stockholm Syndrome, in a different way." Judging by their accent, Azer could figure out the two guys were from Andalusia, likely from Cadiz, a city with the highest unemployment rate in the entire Europe. They had left for Germany in search of opportunities. Azer took the chance and asked in Spanish, mimicking an Andalusian accent, "Aren't you guys from Cadiz?" The tall fellow responded warmly, "Isn't it funny how they say, it's a small world? Which part of Andalusia are you from?" Azer sighed, "Sunny Benalmádena." The guy smiled, "Ah. I spent a whole week there last summer. Loved every moment." The other guy asked Azer, "So, what brought you here?" Azer crafted a white lie, fell for a cunning online ad. Pointing at the professor, he added, This older guy was looking for a Spanish-speaking person to fix his boat and practice the language for free. Ended up here. The tall guy chuckled, gesturing at Azer's coat. Did they throw in the outfit too? Azer grinned. Yep, the ad promised free food, clothes, and a place to stay. The tall guy mused, let's not talk about the food. Doesn't compare to Andalusian cuisine. The short fellow, reminding Azer of Sancho Panza from Don Quixote, chimed in, honestly, German food doesn't do it for me.